Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. What is good? How y'all doing? I honestly wanted to say what it do, baby. Like that video cracks me up of Kawhi. But anyways, moving on. Today I am coming at you with the next episode. This isn't a TV show, but is it still called episodes? The next video, I guess, in my Foundation Friday series. This is very last minute, y'all. This is Thursday, September 26th. Tomorrow is Friday, September 27th, aka the last Friday of the month. And what did your girl say in her last video? Let's roll the clip. Guaranteed one time a month. Exactly. She said one guaranteed post a month. Well, honey, what were you doing all month? Because it's over and you're here when you should be getting ready for bed filming a video. But whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna be up all night editing and then going to my full-time job like half asleep. It's fine. Anyways, this is not why y'all are here. Y'all don't need to hear me yell at myself over how much of a procrastinator I am, knowing good and well I have known myself my whole life, obviously, and I know I procrastinate with everything. Like, it's such a problem. But today's video is here, and I'm sorry that it's the last Friday of the month and y'all are just now getting this, but I promise I'm filming another video tomorrow, so my September favorites will be coming the week after. And then I also have some fun little videos I'm hoping to get up to have the courage to do, so stay tuned for that because I'm doing some super fun stuff and kind of want to show you. Okay, so here is the foundation. It is a plastic bottle. It's like got a silver kind of iridescent top and bottom. It does have a pump, and then you can like see how much foundation you have in your shade, and it just says Beauty Bakerie and the name of the foundation, and the shade is on the bottom. So yeah, this is the foundation. Beauty Bakerie says that this foundation is full coverage and that it will smooth over your face like frosting. So y'all just stay tuned for my little application demo, and we're gonna see how smoothing this foundation really is. So I'll see y'all in the next slide because I gotta go. The camera's dying and I gotta take this face off because it's past my bedtime, and I love putting out content for y'all, but I also love my sleep. Just keep on watching, and I will see y'all next week, okay? Alrighty, guys, we have got that quality lighting. Like, your girl is not playing. Let me just go ahead and apologize for the fact that there is no wear test for this video, but I will tell you at the very end how it wore. I just didn't have time to film updates. And I've worn this a few times, so I know exactly how it looks at the end of the day. I've worn it on days where I was just at the house. I've worn it on days where I was running around town, running a bunch of errands, inside and outside. It was hot. Like, it was a whole situation. So that being said, again, I've got a pretty good idea about how I feel about everything that has to do with this foundation. Now, where's my foundation? I do not know. So I'm gonna be taking my normal primer, so I'm gonna go ahead and prime. I'll be back in a sec, and we will try out this foundation, or put on this foundation, because we've already tried it. I'm so sorry if I'm coughing, if I sound raspy, if I sound nasally, if I'm clearing my throat, if I'm sniffling. I'm getting over a cold. Very annoying, I know, trust me. But it is what it is, and we've got to move on. So I just went ahead and pumped one pump of foundation on the back of my hand. And as you can see, it is kind of a thicker foundation. Like, it's still dripping down my hand, but it is definitely like thicker. It's like dripping down my hand very slowly. So she's a little thick, maybe like thick with 2 C's, or like 1.5 C's. Like, she a little bit thick, just a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and go in sponge side first. So it is gonna be my left side of my face. If you're looking at me, it will be You're right. Yeah. And if I didn't say this before, I'm in the shade 333 in. Yes, I went and matched myself at Ulta the other day, and that's the one that I felt matched me the best. So, as you can see right off the bat, it's pretty good coverage. Like, you can still see a little bit of redness peeking through, and I can kind of still see this acne scar right here. I don't know if you can see it on camera too well. Do y'all want me to zoom you in? Do y'all want to be like up close and personal in my face? I can still see a little bit of redness peeking through. I just got foundation all up in my eyebrow. So that's cute, Brianna, that's cute. And I will say you don't want to go in with too much of this foundation, because I feel like, and y'all will see this clip in a little bit, when I did like a initial reaction, when I got home from Ulta with this foundation and just had to try it on, and I was talking out loud to myself because YouTube has made me do that. I can't do my skincare, my makeup, try anything without pretending I'm talking to a camera, basically. So I was like, girl, why are you out here just talking when you could be filming? So I went ahead and filmed a little clip, and I will show y'all that a little bit later, just of my initial reaction. But I think I went in a little bit too much, because honestly, I did not really like the foundation when I first tried it. And the more I've worn it, the more I want to keep it. I was pretty sure a couple of days ago that I was going to return this foundation, and the last few times I've worn it, it's getting harder and harder for me to return her. So I think she's gonna stay, surprisingly. Here is one pump. There's still a smidgen on my hand, if you can see, not very much. I mostly just used one pump on that side of my face, and you can see it's definitely full coverage foundation. It covered up, you can see the difference, covered up a lot of the scars on my chin. It did cover up this acne scar pretty well. I can still see a little bit of it, but for the most part, it did cover it. I can still see a little bit of redness right here, but other than that, she looks pretty good. I don't mind it. Now we are gonna go in. I'm just gonna do not even a full pump, a little half pump, if you will. And we are gonna go in on the brush side, which my right, your left. Is that what we established? Basically, what I've learned to do is I will just start out with one pump of foundation, and then if I feel like I need some more, or there's an area that needs some more coverage, then I will just add the smallest extra little dot, because this foundation can get cakey quick. I know I said she's only thick with 1.5 C's, but if you want that smoothing glass skin effect, be careful how much foundation you pump out, because she can get a little cakey. Because I will say, the first day I wore this, I was not a fan. This foundation got cakey on me. It settled into my fine lines. It was clinging to dry patches. It was not cute. I did not like it whatsoever. And now that I've kind of tried it out a little bit more, I've worked with her a little bit more, she just looks a lot better. When you just use I literally used a pump and a half for my full face, and if there's an area that I feel it didn't really cover, or there's right here I have this little pimple that just came in that's still pretty red, that could use a little bit of tender loving care, I will either take the smallest drop of this foundation, I wouldn't even call it a drop, and dab on there, or I will just get that area with my concealer, because ever since, like, I have been using my L'Oreal Fresh Wear and my Physicians Formula Healthy Skin and my Maybelline like Urban Dream Cover, like I am more of a fan of like the natural skin like lightweight like foundations. And anytime I go put on a foundation that I used to love that's like full coverage or a heavier like formula, like I'll be like, I don't know if I like this. So that was like my initial reaction to this, and you'll see, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the clip that I recorded, that she just looks a little bit cakey, and I was not a fan. But as you can see, like, it looks very flawless. It's more of a satin finish foundation. Like, it's not dewy, but it's not matte either. Like, if you can tell, my skin has like a little bit of glow to it, but like nothing crazy. Here is how the foundation looks without any products on top. I haven't set it or anything. I will say that I do feel the need to set this because it's still a little bit tacky. If you are dry, this foundation might be a little bit too dry for you. You'll probably have to go in with some hydrating products, like if you need a dewy primer, or just make sure you moisturize very well, because I will say, when I first tried this the first day, I had some dry patches, and it definitely clung to those areas. So definitely just make sure you exfoliate and prep your skin, honestly. But that's what you should do with any foundation. Like, exfoliating should be a part, I won't say of your daily skincare routine, because that can be too harsh, but you should be exfoliating a couple of times a week and like just taking really good care of your skin. Because if your foundation is looking cakey, or it's clinging to dry patches, or it just doesn't look the best, like your texture's peeking through, you could be using the wrong like formula for your skin type. But also, you could just not be prepping your skin and taking care of your skin in the right way. And that's definitely a lesson I have learned, to like, the more I've gotten into makeup. Like, I like made it my mission. If y'all watch my Best of Beauty 2018, I mentioned that I wanted this year to be about skincare. Now, have I spent as much money on skincare as I have makeup this year? No, I have not. But have I taken a lot better care of my skin? Yes, I have. Like, my makeup looks a lot better. Like, it wears better. It's smoother. I wear formulas of foundations that I never ever thought that I would wear, and I wear them now. So that being said, good skincare equals good foundation or good makeup. I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup, and I will be back to show you the final product and give you my final review on this foundation. So hang tight. Was that weird? Bye, y'all. Not bye. BRB. BRB. Y'all, I'm freaking upset because my makeup looks hella cute right now. And I'm just about to go to bed. Like, it's 8 o'clock at night. This is how the foundation looks with the products on top of it. It honestly looks pretty gorgeous. I will say, my initial first thoughts of this foundation when I tried it on, and I will insert the clip and show you my skin, it just looked cakey. It looked heavy. It was clinging to dry patches. It sunk into my smile lines, which it hasn't done that yet, and immediately it did that the first day that I tried that. And now my opinion has definitely changed. I will say that when I first tried it, I did not put on a primer because I wanted to see how smoothing the foundation was. So I didn't go in with my e.l.f. putty primer. And I honestly believe that this foundation on its own is not very smoothing. now every time I've worn it since, I've had on my e.l.f. putty primer and I noticed that it looks smoother, but the first day that was not the case. So as far as smoothing goes, if you are a person that does not prime, you don't wear primers, you're not into them, you just moisturize and put on foundation, I will have to say that this probably will not be the most smoothing foundation for you. If you want that glass skin look that they advertise and that is super big right now, just super flawless skin, you're gonna have to have really amazing skincare and like no texture and no pores for that to be the case. Because I have gotten rid of some of my texture and my pores are a little bit smaller now, but I still have texture, I still have pores, and I just feel like that on its own, this is not a smoothing foundation. You definitely have to give it some help of a primer. So I personally don't mind that because I literally prime every time I do my foundation. But I definitely feel now that you definitely need to prime with this. That is just the case. It looks very smooth on the areas where I don't have any texture or pores. So like down here on my cheek area, like my lower face where none of my texture and my pores are, and the area that I don't typically prime because I don't need to, it does look smooth. So if you have really good skin, really good skincare, you're taking care of your skin, you don't have very much texture, you probably won't have to go in with a primer to get that smoothing effect. I feel that in my textured areas, if I don't go in with a primer, she ain't looking like no cute layer of frosting or whatever that says. As far as full coverage goes, it is pretty full coverage. Like right off the bat, it covered up most of my impurities. I could still see a little bit redness peeking through, but she is pretty full coverage, and as long as you don't have texture or pores, sure, it's smoothing. I definitely am not 100% in love with this foundation, but I don't hate it. I am okay with it, and I think I'll continue to use it. I know that I mentioned that I planned on returning it, and initially I really did. Like after that first day, I was like, there is no way that I'm keeping this foundation. It does not look good. I don't like it. And I just continued to try it and give it a chance and work with it a little bit, and now I'm actually okay with it. Like I could actually see myself wearing this more because it does look really pretty. This is my first time trying a Beauty Bakerie foundation. I did want to try the other one that they had, but I didn't hear good things, and one of my good friends tried it and she was not a fan of it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just save my coins and move on, because a lot of people loved it and a lot of people hated it, and I just never gave it a chance. But I was in Ulta, saw that this was new, and figured, you know, why the hell not, might as well try it. I figured, you know, what have I got to lose? I'm not gonna love every foundation that I try. I mean, it's just not the case. Not everything is meant for me or gonna work for me. But this one, I would give my Maybelline foundation like an A+. This one, I would give like a B-. Like she's good, but she's not great. She's not amazing. I'm not astonished. I'm not like, I'm never using any other foundation again, but I'll use it again, and it looks good. And it also, I forgot to say how it wears. This foundation wears pretty well. It doesn't really fade. It's pretty long wearing. I was running errands the other day, like got up, put my makeup on at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I did not get home to take it off until about 11 o'clock at night. It still looked pretty flawless. And one thing that I noticed is I did not get oily with this foundation. Now it doesn't claim to be like mattifying or any way, and it's not matte, like it's more of a satin finish. But it's called Instabake, so I'm like, usually baking is like what oily girls do anyways, so I'm like, is it meant to control oils? I don't know, but I did not get oily with this foundation, and that rarely happens. Like I get oily with most things, like especially if I'm wearing them all day. I didn't even feel the need to blot when I wore that. If you were in the market for a foundation like this, I don't want to say I don't recommend it, but you could definitely spend your money on other things, because this foundation is $34 and there are so many other better foundations that you can try that are worth the money and that do the same things. Honestly, like I just feel like it's expensive, and for the price, like I'm not completely moved by it to be like, oh my gosh, you have to go buy this foundation. Like you could live without it, honestly. Like being honest, it looks pretty, it performs well, it wears well, and if you are like me, you're a makeup lover, you love to try new things, or you just like to collect makeup, then girl, go get you some, try it out, because it is pretty good. But if you are on a budget or you only get what you need when it comes to makeup, you don't need this. It's not a necessity, but it's a nice to have. But yeah, I hope you guys were okay with this like different vibe for this one. I'm still playing around with how this series will go, and honestly, I just kind of ran out of time for this video. I've been super busy recently. Sorry there was not a wear test, but believe me when I say that this foundation wears well. And if you are oily or combination like me, like I didn't get oily with this foundation, which was really weird, and I didn't set it any differently than I do any other foundation or do anything differently with it. So that was pretty nice and one thing I enjoyed. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.